What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into the Talking Yanks pregame show. My name is Jake, and this is Jomboy, and we are talking Yankees versus Red Sox. Game one of a four-game set. We only had two games versus the Sox earlier this year, so this is an exciting one. Four games. A sweep could really turn the tide for both teams heavily. A split, Jake, would leave us where we are when we started. And 3 out of 4 for each team would be nice. And that's the end of the show. Thank you for tuning in.
That's a hellacious breakdown.
Yeah, that's insight.
That might just be one of your breakdown bids.
Yes.
Post it.
It's posted. This is it. It's done, been up. It's done, been up. Been up. How are you doing?
I'm good, Jan. I'm good. I'm in the tri-state area. I was going to say I'm in the Commonwealth. We are not in the Commonwealth. Very much the opposite. But excited. Yanks Sox. We're going to see a ton of comments on it in here and on the interstate, so we'll get it out of the way. There's some weather in the forecast. We'll see how that looks like. Maybe it's part of the game plan. Have Sale throw 70 pitches, cancel the game, even if it's not raining. Sale problem's done.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little game plan. That's the Padres' game plan. We saw them do that the other night.
They tried to do that on us. We didn't like it.
But yeah, Yankees, Red Sox, and you're right. We've only played 2 games this year. I was just looking at the schedule a little bit. I mean, we don't – after this 4-game set, we don't see them for another month. So, like, this second half of the season is Yankees-Red Sox fest, which is exciting and a little scary, but it doesn't get any better. It's the best rivalry in baseball. The Sox are in a bit of a swoon. I think they lost 14-9 last night. Their whole season's been a little bit of a swoon. They're above 500 now, though. And again, like Jimmy opened up with that that intel. If the Red Sox, even if they take 3 out of 4 this series, I mean, that's going to be a big pick-me-up for them going forward. And if the Yankees could lay a dagger kind of early, that'd be nice too. So
there's some insight from you.
Yeah. That was insight off your insight.
2 guys giving insight.
Inside the insight.
Let's do the lineups.
Do the lineups.
Lineups. Here we go. This is what we got. The Yankees are sending out DJ LeMay. He was leading off playing second base. Luke Voit playing first base, hitting second. Aaron Hicks in the 3-hole at center field. You're looking at your phone as if I got this wrong?
Yes.
You put it in there.
No, I did not. I wasn't going to put it in there because you didn't want to see it.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to get surprised.
No, I've seen it. I was just blindly reading what I have out here. So, DJ LeMahieu is hitting first, playing second base. Luke Voit is playing first base, batting second. Aaron Hicks is in center field, batting third. Gary Sanchez in the 4-hole, catcher. Gleyber Torres, shortstop. Kendrys Morales is DHing. Gio Urshela is playing third. Cameron Maybin in right field. Gardner in left field. Happ is the starting pitcher. On the bench, we have Clint Frazier, Austin Romine, and Thairo Estrada. Now the Clint sitting out move may be perplexing to some. I was telling Jake earlier, we were walking on the boardwalk, and I said the best lineup would be Clint DHing and Cameron Maybin in the outfield. So you avoid Clint's defense for Jay Happ, who's a fly ball pitcher. That seems like a nightmare. Don't get into that. Don't have Clint out there when you have a fly ball pitcher on the mound. So that part makes sense, Jake. And then the next part that really cements this decision home is Kendrys Morales' numbers off Chris Sale. Have you seen those?
I have not.
So Kendrys Morales is 11 for 41 off Chris Sale with 3 doubles and 3 homers, a .268 batting average and 43 plate appearances, and a .302 on base percentage. Those wouldn't stand out versus any other pitcher, but versus Chris Sale, those are kind of nice. So the move kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's going to be surprising because Clint has been fairly hot. I mean, pretty hot if you go past 14 games, 2 weeks, whatever it is. But yeah, I mean that essentially became the decision. People aren't going to love it, but defensively, if you want to give Hap any shot today, you can't have Clint out there. And so it's Gardy, Hicks, Maben, which is a really good defensive outfield.
It's also
I think-
raining, and when Clint dropped those 2 balls,
Yeah.
it was the rain getting in his eyes, and I'm sure that all factors in.
So yeah, it came down to the DH spot, and they like Kendrys, and if we're at the end of the Kendrys Morales run, we'll see. But those numbers against Sale talk a little bit. And I mean, we'll see how the rest of this game develops, but you also may not hate having that switch hitter in there later in the game if the Sox go to their bullpen, when they go to their bullpen. So yeah, I mean, see what you got, Kendrys. If you're Clint Frazier, like we're not saying it in a rude way now, but you got to wake up, my man. And if you wanted to be in this lineup today, you needed to be able to play serviceable outfield to the point that Cameron Maben wasn't more valuable than you. So he's not there yet, though.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll play the next 3 games, probably. You'd think.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Cameron Maben does some big things tonight. He stole a run the other day just stealing bases.
I love Cameron Maben.
Yeah.
The Red Sox lineup is Betts.
Mookie.
Oh, Mookie Betts.
What's your name, son?
Right fielder.
He's good.
Ben Intendi in left. JD Martinez, DH. Bogarts at short. Devers at third. Pierce at first. Nunez at second. Bradley in center. And Leon catching. So stacked. It's stacked at the top like it usually is. Devers is on a crazy pace right now, right? He's doing a lot of good.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of good with the bat. We're not seeing the ice horse, Chavez, right?
Yeah.
So we'll probably see him at second or later in the series somewhere else. But yeah, and I think the last time we did see the Sox during the 2-game set, I don't think they had Benny. So
They did.
Their lineup was 1 short, and it made a big difference.
Well, he's scary in the stadium.
It made a big difference.
I want to find his splits at Yankee Stadium because I think they're really good.
I think they're not that special. I just think it pisses you off anytime he does something. That's my guess going in. I don't know.
I think they're good because there was the Apple Watch game versus Sevy. He hit like 3 home runs.
I'm sure they're pretty good. He's a good ball player. But let's see.
At Yankee Stadium, 278 batting average, 348 on base percentage, 905 slugging, 6 home runs in 90 at bats with 16 RBIs.
The RBIs is pretty nuts. Only more RBIs at Camden,
which they're a terrible team. So
yeah,
scary. Hello, Sin City Streets. But yeah, all right. Pitching wise, it's Sale versus Hap. It's Sale's very good. Had a rough start.
Who's got the numbers off of Sale, Jim?
Kendrys. Really.
That's it.
Kendrys has good numbers off Sale. Luke Voit is 2 for 5, so it's not much there, and he's never really faced Sale.
Hicksy with the numbers, man.
Yeah, Hicks has a 333 batting average, 379 on base percentage versus Sale's pretty good, actually. Yeah. In 29 at bats, so it ain't even Sale. Grow up. Why can't you get Hicks out?
Wow.
Weirdo. And then, dude, that's all. Like, Hicks has 2 doubles.
Yeah, I mean, LeMahieu's 1 for 3. Gio Urshela, 2 for 12, but not this version of Gio Urshela. He's got Glaber's number, which is kind of funny. And I mean, Gardy, you're asking the near impossible to the tune of a 5 for 28. And again, if that doesn't show you how valuable his defense is, think about it for more than a second. What about Hap versus Sox, Jim?
So Hap is in an interesting place where 2 starts ago we were ready to be like, Hap's a fucking problem. But then he quieted the noise in his last start versus the Royals. But now this is primetime. This is Red Sox. This is the first game of the Red Sox series, which does mean more unless it becomes a rubber match. The first game has a little more oomph to it. Like, let's establish ourselves and all that shit. So Hap's got a good task here to go up against Sale. We'll see what happens, and a good lineup. Let's see. Does anyone rock him? Looks like Pierce. Oh yeah, Pierce murders Hap. 6 home runs and 16 RBIs versus just Hap.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But Jim, there's actually a lot of bright spots on here. Mookie, he's held Mookie Betts to 205 batting average. He's got 2 home runs, but that's Mookie Betts. That's a guy who's won an MVP award. Benintendi, he's hitting 200, 4 for 20. I mean, that's pretty good control too. JD Martinez has pretty JD Martinez numbers against them, 6 for 23 with a couple yabos, 855 OPS. And then he's taking care of Bogarts, Devers, Nunez, even JBJ and Leon really well too. So I mean, if you're circling something on here, I mean it's Steve Pearce show multiplied and a little JD Martinez, because I think that's where Happer can get in trouble. If Mookie or Benny gets on and then he's got to go through JD and Pierce, it's not going to go well.
It's not going to go well. Need Hap to be good today. Need Hap to be good. And Sale doesn't get a lot of wins. You see that? He's got 1 win on the season. Not that those matter, but when they're jarring like
he had
that.
a tough start to the season, and then he's been kind of nutso since.
Has he?
Yeah.
His last start, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 5.13.
I mean, do the month of May as a whole, and it's
yeah, but I don't let that like a 1 good start can help that. That's how you trick it.
Well, when you have 4 of your 5 double-digit strikeout starts, and we used to be worried about being a strikeout team, but it hasn't been too ugly of late, except that Snellogram start. But I mean, he's Chris Sale. He can dictate the pace to you when he's super right. You hope to put a little rally to get a bloop and a blast. Isn't that the old phrase, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
It's your old phrase.
Bloop and a blast. Yankees win a lot of games when Sale's on the mound, even when he pitches really well. It's very odd. Since 2017, 2018, they win, even though Sale will shut them down. They just find a way to win, which is, I think Sale looks so bad, so good. They bring in the bullpen, and they're like, this is easier.
Yeah, more of this, please.
Yeah, this was much better than what was happening at the beginning of the game. Sale throws his slider 35% of the time and his fastball 40%. That's the biggest mix we've had of a secondary pitch.
Well, they're both filthy. they're both super plus. Yeah. Fastball comes at you from the first baseman and can be mid to high 90s. Slider looks exactly the same, except it moves a country mile on come to play.
Whoa. What's your what to watch for, Jake?
My what to watch for.
Whoa.
My what to watch for? What to box for?
What do you box for?
My what to watch for is a partial cop-out because, Jim, we said we didn't want to do this because you could do the starting pitchers every day. But when there's something that needs to be talked about, it needs to be talked about. I think we did this for a Johnny Lasagna start. For me, it's J-Hat. Chris Sale's going Chris Sale. That's basically what I was just saying. If he's lights out, he's lights out. You got to start fouling off pitches, work some at-bats, try to get him out of the game because that's how good he can be. You can also get to him. There's been games when we have. Jimmy, J-Hap is disliked by a lot of Yankees Nation because he's not Patrick Corbin, he's not flashy, and he's old. And that's straight up why. People are, the advanced stats crew aren't into it because he's got some things on the decline. If you're just new age in general, you're not going to love Hap because he's not flashy. People don't like J-Hap because he got rocked in the playoffs against Boston. He got rocked. And that is when it matters, and I get that. Coming into that game, he was so good for us last season. 7-0, 2.69 ERA. Got those numbers memorized from a lot of Twitter discussions. And here's what I'll say. If he pitches well today, it's not going to shut people up because it won't. But it would be nice. Especially because we're not going to see the Red Sox for a month. There's kind of a month where we could say, actually, Hap pitched pretty well against the Red Sox. If Hap gets beat up by the Red Sox today, he is going to be mentally out of a lot of Yankees fans' head, and that sucks. That sucks just wanting to interact and talk to people on a daily basis about the Yankees. If he gets popped today, bad. We're going to be in a bad spot with Happer. So, what's your what to watch for, James?
Cameron Maven.
Oh,
This might be a game where small ball wins us.
Okay.
Game. Stolen bases may loom large. Hit and run, a bunt. It's going to be a game where he's going to try and steal outs.
Yeah.
And Cameron Maybin is on the team because he has good defense. He's been good with situational hitting, and he can do all those small things perfectly. And like you said, we're not really a strikeout team anymore. Judge and Stanton aren't playing. Everyone else is kind of hitting really well. If Cameron Maybin can do anything to help the team win, that would be like sprinkles on top. Like, hey, Glaber's going off right now. All this other stuff, and we got Cameron Maybin stealing bases, bunting people over. So I'm watching what's Cameron Maybin bringing to the team today on offense, because I think he could prolong, spark a rally with his feet and all that shit.
The bottom of the lineup becomes kind of big today. That was a lot of early what to watch for us, especially when we started that West Coast trip and we didn't know what any of these guys were going to offer. Now that we've seen it in action, we've seen the Urshela show. Cameron Maybin's been great. Cameron Maybin has been great. So it's kind of nuts that I expect him to do solid things. And we've seen Cameron Maybin's a guy who might get some second life in his career because he can do things that not a lot of players are doing. They had a big old shift. They had the second baseman was playing up the middle and they were holding on a runner at first. Maybin slapped one through the right side because he has bat control. So what we're seeing from Cameron Maybin is a little fluky. Like he's not whatever his OPS is right now, but he's a solid ball player, and I expect good things from Cam.
What then?
I feel like there hasn't been a Cameron Maybin at bat where we walk away and we're like, oh, like he swung at 2 pitches in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? You're lost in that fight.
No, I'm trying to think of times where I've seen him expand the zone or whatever. Like look ugly on a strikeout.
Keep hunting. You're not gonna find it.
Ugly on a strikeout. That guy did say he doesn't know what teams you're talking about when it says Yankees versus Sox pregame show.
Right.
Talking Yanks pregame show.
Hmm.
Sounds like a reading issue. Where are we going? What's next? Bullpen? Pitching path to victory? Everyone's available, right?
Pretty much.
We did, but everyone pitched yesterday. Well, Holder pitched 2. I'm going to say Holder's not available, Jake.
Yeah.
23 pitches
That's
yesterday.
fine.
Chad Green, probably they're not going to use, but everyone else, Ottavino, Canely, Chapman, Britton are all available. And we're actually getting into the area where you need to use Britton soon. He needs to pitch today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Needs to pitch today or tomorrow.
Everyone's available.
What about the Red Sox?
Get that game on win.
They've been in like deep games. They had a close game.
Just feed them.
Who I don't know who their guy is.
Feed them. Actually, their bullpen has been doing a better job than expected. I think they're starting to turn on Brazier, which is odd because he had half a good season from them, and then they banked on him being their closer. The woman with the crooked neck.
I think they're doing closer by committee. I
Haunting
don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they said that, but they wanted Brazier to be the closer. But they've got some stats they can hide on that their bullpen's been pretty solid for a month. But I think we could spoil that pretty quickly if we could get Chris Sale out of the game.
Nice. All right, homer draft.
Homer draft it's a homer draft.
Wow, there's a little Jack Black in you coming out.
Jake Black.
You got another point. I got a point yesterday, as did you, but in the end, you won, which I think means the series is now in your favor. You've won 7 series, I've won 6. You're killing me on the overall score, 21 to 15. It's crazy. If you don't know what the homer draft is, every series we draft players that we think are going to hit home runs.
You can only use them once a series. You can't copy the other guy.
Jake's on a crazy path right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In the last 9 games we've chosen players, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 correctly guessed home runs.
Mahalo.
It's fucking nuts. You get to go first here.
Ooh, I don't think I do because I remember you taking odd. You took Clint first.
No, I took you had Voit and Clint yesterday. I took Glaber, you took Voit and Clint, then I took Gardner.
Remember you took Clint before Gary, day 1.
Yes. Oh.
Yesterday we didn't do a homer draft.
Well,
I'll go.
we
I'll take
did.
the
We did, but
honors.
we just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take the
No,
honors.
no, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm taking Gary.
Wow. Smart, edgy, fun. I am going to take Giovanni Urshela. Early in the series, I'm not confident. It's Chris Sale, so I've got a different tactic today. I'm going to take some feeler picks and save the guys for the rest of the series. Give me Kendrick.
Fuck! I was hoping you'd forget.
You're an idiot.
I was hoping you'd forget.
You're an idiot.
No. I wasn't going to take him above Gary, but I was hoping you'd forget it.
And you're an idiot.
It seemed
for
like
thinking I would forget. That.
it seemed like you were going to forget to take Kendrick.
Mr. Kenmo.
I'm taking Voit. No. Take it back. Take it back.
The ruling?
Take it back. Take it back.
You can take it back.
I don't want Voit because, like you said, like I'd rather save Voit versus the left.
You know who would be a good pick? This is me just being a good friend.
Gardner.
Hicks. Hicks has good numbers against them.
But see, now the issue is if I choose Hicks and he does hit a home run, I'm gonna have to hear about how much you actually help.
I'm a good friend.
When you know what?
When you just said you expected me to forget because you think I'm a human idiot.
Here's the thing. You're hot as hell, so I'm gonna go with Hicks.
Welcome.
Over under.
Over under. Wow. Sale Hap.
I'm gonna say they have this line at 7.5 or 8.
Under hit yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
They're probably going to go 8 again, right? I mean, if they had an 8 with Paddock on the mound, they've got to have it 8 with Sale on the mound, right?
Jordan just had a really good point in the chat. He says, I thought one of you was going to hold out to have Gary versus Price on Sunday.
Maybe one of us did. That's called the get got.
Yeah, fuck.
What do you think the over-under is?
I said 7.5.
Oh, you're at 7.5. Okay. I'll go 8. Let's see. Phone be worse. Boston is the heavy favorite in this game. Boston minus 145.
Sale versus Hap.
Yeah, I get that, but 8.5. So they really hate Hap.
Yeah, I'm going under. Seems I always choose the under. We're both tied right now. We're both 14 and 13 on the over-under.
Give me the over.
Just to make it interesting.
Give me the over.
All
We'll
right.
get Sale out of there, get some bullpen. They get 1 or 2 off Happer.
That is true. Once the bullpen comes in,
That's free money.
that usually is the free money button. I think that's all. Hap sucks coming from a Yankee fan. No.
Yeah, and that's what I was just talking about with my what to watch for and how people are blindly angry at him. Basically because he's old. We're basically ageist.
FanDuel has a nice betting promo for this game.
We're not giving them a shout out.
Yeah.
So they give us the shout
Site
out.
credit isn't worth anything.
Yeah.
It's okay. Any other good comments in here? A lot of people I don't know, a lot of people with bad comments.
I don't know. Big White Sox game today.
White Sox Royals.
Royals.
I heard Tim Anderson was going to throw his bat at the pitcher.
Usually.
So, what is this about? Well, this is the end of the show.
This is the end.
We'll be back tomorrow with another one. We'll be at the game tomorrow, so I don't know when we're going to do this.
We'll get something out there to you.
We'll get something out there to you. Thanks, guys. If you see a breakdown you want, send those over too. And what you boys drinking for the game? Well, in this cup, ginger ale. In this cup, water. In this cup, coffee. And in this cup, we got vodka. So it's a lot of liquids. We're doing a lot of drinking. We're getting lubricated. See ya.